saying if she gonna get caught and her spot got rolled up, she's handling it perfect. She's handling this just like a Virgo woman would. Like she's on top of this. Like she's in control.
On top of something, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay, I ain't talking about the month.
Black people need to change the way they think, man. Change the way they eat, change the way they live, and change the way they treat each other. That's what Tupac said, right? Baltimore, right?
Be more.
You're supposed to know that.
Stand up. I thought y'all was quoting boys in.
So we gotta do what we gotta do.
I thought y'all was quoting boys in the hood. Don't know, don't show, don't care about what happened in the hood.
That's the bottom line.
I thought that's what y'all was quoting. How did we get here?
What's good? Welcome to the How Did We Get Here show.
Hey guys.
This is are we doing intros or no? We do this every week, y'all, because we don't know. We really don't know if this is an appropriate thing. Everybody's gonna look at Justin because
Justin, which one?
everybody gonna look at Jay Dozier because we gotta check with him to see if it's alright to do intros. Well, y'all should know who we are by this point. Welcome back to the show.
Smooth with his voice right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back to the show. I know y'all like that right there. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back to the show, y'all. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about.
This has been a busy week.
Yeah, how's your week been, Key?
My week has been alright. I'm chilling at home, social distancing. I don't know about you guys.
I won't challenge that. People be saying they social distancing, but they ain't really social distancing, though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm following the rules. 10 people or less.
People be sneaking out and doing stuff. This Batman John got his whole mask on, dog.
Oh, I'm Sub-Zero today, y'all.
Wow.
I ain't ready to play no game.
So I actually got tested for corona this week. Due to a sequence of unfortunate events. Yeah, exactly. Due to a sequence of unfortunate events, I had to actually get tested for corona. So y'all safe around me because I'm negative.
Well, when did you get them results? Hot damn! Because I feel like anything can change.
Nah, bro. I've been in the house. I've been in the house ever since I got my test. So.
All right.
Ain't no,
Woo. Anybody else been tested for corona?
Not I, said the cat.
No.
So actually, I need to be leery of y'all. Actually,
I really haven't been around any. If I have, maybe I don't know. I don't even want to even say what I have. I don't think I have anything, but I'm saying if I do have it, then I'm probably asymptomatic.
How did we get here?
That is what I
don't know what I got, but something wrong.
No, nothing's wrong.
Did you smell it?
Nothing's wrong. I was just saying I don't want to bring that on me by even talking about it. Okay. But I've been good so far.
I'm a bail Kiara out and actually talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about with y'all for a while now, and it is this Jada and Will.
Why you been wanting to talk about it for a while?
The entanglement.
Yeah, because this is very interesting. I mean, there's layers to it. There's a lot of different layers. So apparently, everything that we heard about Jada and Will's relationship, to an extent, is pretty much true.
Yeah.
You know, growing up.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, according to them, they broke up. But we all know one thing about Jada. But we know one real big thing about Will. That nigga is a fucking good ass actor.
They're both actors.
Jada ain't bad.
Did you see them on the couch? Did you see them on the couch during that conversation?
But Will is
that was
one
the
of
week
the best
before.
actors of all time. One of the
or
greatest.
The show before.
Mm-hmm.
Will is one of the
Will
goats
is a
when it
good,
comes
very
to
good
acting.
actor.
And I don't believe a damn thing he said.
Well, what was he saying in his defense?
At the Baltimore
You didn't watch it?
No. What was he saying in his defense?
He was saying that they broke up. And he was like, man,
it wasn't even really defending her. It was more. It wasn't defending him. It was more so defending her. Like not trying to make her look
separated.
Yeah, it was like make it look like, oh, it's not that bad. She was okay in what she did.
I knew about it.
Yeah, it wasn't no deception type of thing.
But I didn't give him permission because the only person who could give permission in that situation is her.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. You know?
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. And one thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission because we were separated amicably. Yeah. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker. Which he's not.
That's what he said.
That's a very good response, though, in my opinion.
That's what she said.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm gonna tell you this now, man.
Come on. I'm gonna just go ahead and say,
come on, be more.
Jada's a fellow Baltimorean and a fellow Virgo, and I just.
Oh, you're a fan.
I'm just in awe in every single thing that she did with that show of emotional security and stability. She played that. She played that really well. She's doing the damn thing right now. Go ahead, Jada. Not only are you getting your rocks off, but she's
she did something to make August do what he did.
But
what did he do?
He's the one
that was in love.
Right, he was like, "No, I'm bringing this up."
He just fell in love. But Jada is playing this the right way, and she broke Facebook. They broke the record for the most views in 24 hours, or 12 million views, or something like that
with the video.
Yes. So kudos to Jada. I think if you're gonna get outed, that's the way you go out. Wow. But yeah, I'm a Jada fan. I've been a Jada fan for years. She's part of the reason that I went to school for the arts.
Oh, really? You follow her. Well,
that's up to you.
Let me tell you. We're going to have a show. Jessica, so tell them what you did. What did you do?
And what did you do, Gil? Listen,
tell them exactly
I'm
what
just saying, Jada, she saved face. She told it is what it is.
She's still an adulterer.
She got, and so is he, and so is he.
You can't say we were broken up and we were married. That shit is.
And so is he, and neither can he, and neither can he.
The definition of adultery is when a woman steps out on her husband.
Listen,
we're not going down that road.
Says who? Says who?
The Bible.
Who wrote it in the Bible?
Who wrote it in the Bible?
Yeah, someone.
One of the prophets.
A man, someone who was not perfect.
Oh, so you don't believe in the Bible?
I believe in the Bible.
Okay.
I'm just saying, what does Webster say? Okay.
How did we get here?
You gonna take Webster's dictionary?
You don't even know who Webster is.
You don't know who wrote it in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. That's all you need to know.
Dictionary.com says.
If you say what
adultery is.
Yeah, but I don't remember it's probably in Leviticus or Deuteronomy.
Adultery is voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and a person who is not his or her spouse. She was committing adultery with a much younger man is the example that was given. But
man, going to the biblical Google.
Go ahead. Do what you gotta do, brother. But that's what Oxford's did. Oxford just said
long
that.
story short, they're both adulterers in my eyes.
They are.
Your eyes? But a guy,
well, I'll tell you what. Come in here, like Will. Come in here like Will came into Jada.
Mark said something about it.
All right, so we can all agree that nobody is
surprised.
pro the type of relationship they have. Nobody here is.
So
no, but I think it works for them, and I'm just saying at this point,
doesn't look like it's working.
Well, it ain't. But you know what got me about that when they pounded on and agreed on bad marriage for life.
That was
I had the little weird. I just couldn't get with that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I will say something.
It made me. It was a cringeworthy moment for me.
So
I like.
It was like, yeah.
As ordinary Joes and I don't know what would you call a girl in a situation like that.
Jane
Joes and Jays. Okay.
That was good, Char.
Ordinary Joes and Janes. Like I think some of this Hollywood stuff we can't even like begin to fathom.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like what the lifestyle is like, the things that they will be exposed to, the decisions they have to make on a daily basis, like that type of stuff. And so I guess looking at it from that aspect, I guess shoulder shrug emoji.
Yes. Can you imagine having to divide Will and Jada's fortune? You know what I mean? Like I think this is a cheaper to keeper situation.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Ultimately, yeah.
Well, Will did say that one of the things that he never wanted was for his first marriage story. I mean, he made it. He was adamant about how like sad and disappointed and depressed he was that his first marriage ended. And I think in his mind, he was like, "This is not happening. It's not happening to me. We're gonna work this out somehow. Whether I gotta do something, you know what I'm saying, off the wall, but I'm not breaking this family up again."
Okay. I found the dictionary.
We're going back.
The biblical definition of adultery.
You got found dictionary.
We're going back.
We're
going back, y'all.
Hey, edit that out.
Terrible.
Nah, keep it in. Pause.
You did
Inside.
and he been bumping that, okay, night and day. He plays it before he goes to bed at night. I'm like, yes.
That's my joint.
I'm like, this is terrible.
Listen. To commit adultery.
I'm so sick of that
usually
song.
Of a man, right? Mm-hmm. Always with the wife of another.
With the wife of another.
Another man, okay? And the definition is to commit adultery, woman that breaketh wedlock.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Hey, what is the usually of man, but always with wife of another? What is that? How is it usually this, but always that?
Equality.
There you go.
I'm just saying, I don't understand the verbiage of that. Like, what?
Hey, equality.
So it's the saying usually of a man. It's pretty much when a man is doing it, it's when he's doing it with the wife of another. So if somebody,
why I say usually?
Because that's pretty much the only way it can be done.
No, that's not what usually means.
I don't know.
That's not what
usually
means.
means in the sense of that definition.
It says usually of man.
But that leaves room but sometimes it is a woman.
But women, when women do it, is when they sleeping with somebody that's not their husband. And that's what.
So what is it called when a man steps out on his wife?
Yes.
Normal.
Life is not fair.
What is that called? What is that called?
Well, I'll tell you what, you come in here doing the Bible's definition of adultery.
Life is not fair, sweetheart.
So let me say this.
Yes, it's not fair.
Listen.
You come in here doing Webster's, Oxford's, and whoever else's definition.
Hey, but I think that's a good transition though, because I definitely don't think equality should. I don't think that's a real thing.
That's what I was trying to tell y'all.
Well, not necessarily equality, but fairness. I don't think.
Fair. There's no such thing as fairness.
So
it's either up or down.
So
you up on top or you at the bottom.
Yeah, and I think parents struggle with this when they have multiple children, because children's thing are, I want to be treated fairly, but truthfully, one child got an issue that the other child ain't got.
Hello,
and
you got to go.
And you need to do things differently, and so fair doesn't look the same, but it exists. But it doesn't exist on the surface level the way that I think people. Anyway,
it has to be taken into context.
It has to be taken into context for sure.
But that's an out for men.
That's not. I don't think it's an out. I just think
that's an out for men.
I mean, it could be out for women too, because actually, in terms of fair, women use that to their advantage more than men do.
We use it in our advantage when it pertains to equal rights. We don't use it in our advantage when it comes to adultery.
Right.
Well, I'm not talking about that because
she said that.
Justin is the only one arguing that point here. So.
The Bible's actually arguing that point. But
Nah.
Everybody, I don't know about you, Jonathan, but everybody on this side of the room say they agree with the Bible. And they believe in the Bible.
I just question the usually part.
No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but there's things about that you aren't explaining correctly. So
I
read the definition,
maybe we should peg this and come back to this next show. Yeah, we should all do our research and come back and find out what
I ain't got to research shit. I'm letting you know. I'm letting your ass know down for all these motherfuckers.
She said it.
I'm following Webster's definition.
Touche. But you're pro Jada, who technically was not.
That's just the hometown homie, you know. Like I just.
Oh, okay, but you don't agree with what's going on over there.
I'm just saying, if she gonna get caught and her spot got blown up, she's handling it perfect. She's handling this just like a Virgo woman would. Like
handling this just like a Virgo woman.
She's on top of this. Like she's in control.
She was on top of something, Mike.
Yes, she is.
I ain't talking about the month.
And might I say, August is not a bad looking guy. He is not a bad looking guy. If I had to choose someone, I'm just saying, if I'm Jada Pinkett, Will has been doing his thing in this my time.
Repeat that shit.
We about to have a whole nother red table.
Hey, that's hilarious.
I'm saying, if I'm Jada Pinkett and Will has been doing his thing and it's finally my turn.
Kiara, but this is the thing.
First of all, what man is not going to go younger? What man is?
Will doing anything is not the issue.
Yeah, she just made that up.
No, I'm just saying that.
I know what she just said.
Plugged up, booed up. We ain't seen nothing from Will.
But it also goes
and Will keep his women or men or men
allegedly
in the pocket.
I don't.
Jada did not.
She got out of pocket.
That wasn't her fault. That wasn't
her fault. She got outed.
Nah, she was jive taking pictures out here.
And then she had the audacity to call it an entanglement. No, you got smashed.
Which means a relationship, but she used it much.
I mean, she may have been doing the smashing.
She might have been, man.
Listen, August is not a bad looking guy.
What does that have to do?
Especially when he's saying that. What is your point about this? What is your point about this?
Excuse for stepping outside of your marriage?
My point is that.
I want to know. We're gonna finally let you talk here.
I'm
gonna finally let you talk.
I want to hear Angela Yee right now.
We're gonna get to that too.
Like Angela Yee right
now.
We're gonna get to that too.
What is your point? What is your point?
Your point.
Okay, Justin.
Your point.
My point.
Off the ropes.
I want to know why you keep talking about how attractive this man is.
My point is,
drive that hole.
Look, she's saying, look, I ain't blind. She's saying, hey,
no, let her say it, man.
Okay,
bailing her out.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
I was gonna dig it even worse. Dig deeper.
I'm saying that Jada, it was her turn to do the...
Based on what that we know?
Based on the fact that we know that Will has been doing his thing.
How do we know that?
Well,
were you
if you watch the same... No, but if you watch the same show that I watched,
no one else knows
they actually acknowledged the fact when they were joking. Will jokingly said to her, "Oh, I'm going to get you back."
Okay.
And then Jada said, "Oh, you've already gotten me back."
That does not imply that he stepped out of their marriage.
Well, what y'all would get from that?
Kara, I'm your advocate. But
what did you get from that?
I got that there was something that he did in their relationship that maybe she felt was equal to their situation. However, it was never stamped that Will stepped out and
Facts.
his marriage. I think that what we're ignoring here is the fact that Will made it very clear that he told Jada from the day they married that I'm gonna love you through anything, and he was very adamant that he was divorced the first time. It was a disappointment. He was not divorced again.
He wasn't doing it no more.
Jada,
she took advantage.
He knew that taking on Jada was a
no. You guys are assuming that Will Smith is the victim.
He is
No,
a victim.
I don't think he's a
I don't think he's
I wouldn't say that.
Because what else could he have done
I'm married to
for
another
him to say,
Baltimorean.
"Oh yeah, I've
We are
already
all
gotten you back"?
victims.
I married a Baltimorean.
That's messed up.
Will Smith.
What else could he have done to her? Realistically,
Listen,
that would equate to.
I'm not married, but
no one knows.
I'm telling you, it's him doing his own thing. There's nothing that can equate to that.
Well, here's the thing.
How can you say that? You're just sitting here.
There's
saying
nothing
that
to
as
it
if
because
it's a
he
fact.
already said.
And you don't know.
don't know.
See, this is the problem.
Okay,
with
so we're
women
just
right
not
here.
gonna imply that.
Women start moving in a space of assumption, and
So
they're
you
walking
mean to tell
around
me that
in
nobody
reality
got
as
that
if
Will
it's been
cheated on
confirmed.
her
I'm trying to
already?
tell you about my wife.
Hey,
I
so
know.
look, though.
Oh, I know.
You mean to tell me that nobody thought that when they listened to the
It doesn't matter. We know how to control our thoughts and put them in a place of thoughts and reality, and then move
The
accordingly.
reality is he probably is already stuck.
So you're saying probably.
Nah, the
So
real
probably-
reality
I
is that
agree with you,
we
Justin.
really can't say Will or Jada is good, bad, right or wrong in
Yeah.
this because once again they're in a totally different world,
Totally different
than
realm.
we've been exposed to.
We
So
Agreed.
I'm about as normal as it gets.
it's
And
just
they
a totally
might
different situation.
do way more than we even.
They
think.
might,
Right.
they might not, but
Right.
they might.
You never
Who knows?
know.
We
Never
don't know.
know.
That's the
I
thing.
mean, WayFair is selling fucking $20,000.
Man, how about them albums? Did y'all hear about
cabinets.
that?
They wait what's
Wait
going
a
on?
minute. I just wanted
Wait,
to
what's
close
happening
out
with the
Will and
WayFair
Jada
thing?
and
It's
say
closed. What happened to?
and say Jada is doing the utmost Virgoing right now.
Why do you do this?
Yeah.
Why do
I'm
you get
just
on here
saying.
and start lobbying for people that you like?
I'm just saying
like,
she's doing the thing. She's controlling. Not only did she get herself caught up in this little situation, she has her
Why do we
man
have to pick sides?
sitting on the couch listening to her explain.
That's something that happened in private was brought to light because they always say everything you do in the dark comes to light. And something they thought was done in the dark, that it was going to just jump, skip,
Go
pass,
away.
go collect $200. It was brought to light.
Hey, so
and she has to have a conversation about it. I don't think she
should have said anything.
Hey, real quick.
Personally,
For those that don't know, we have a live studio audience, and they're very interactive. You know what I mean? So if you hear somebody
very
else talking,
interactive.
you know, no, it's a beautiful thing.
I don't know.
we
sometimes
welcome.
we need
We
it.
welcome it.
Mainly
yes.
this one needs it a lot of times. But
Oh,
Some of us will.
who that owl?
whoo,
Hey, look,
whoo.
guys. So look,
All right.
can you tell me about
WayFair.
this WayFair thing? Because
WayFair, you got what I need.
Oh my God!
I'm
I'm just so
familiar with WayFair,
disgusted
but
by the
can you
theme
explain
song
to me-
now.
Can you explain?
So basically,
that is the theme song. Ugh.
so Wayfair basically was outed. This really exploded on Twitter. Have you heard about it?
I saw some.
So it was
stuff.
trending worldwide on basically someone exposed, and they're thinking there's rumors that possibly it could be Ghislaine Maxwell. Is that her last name, Maxwell? But
And she's friends with the owner,
of
CEO
of Wayfair. It's just so many connections to. Have you guys heard of Pizzagate? I don't want to go down. It's a rabbit hole, but basically a child pornography ring.
child.
So there were these
trafficking.
child trafficking.
Okay.
There was this these posts on Wayfair for cabinets. You know, like a metal storage cabinet, 5-shelf metal, and it had a name like they do for a lot of their products. They'll be like, "Oh, this is the Buns, you know, heated cup or whatever."
Right.
So, but the problem is the names they were given were of missing kids. So, and you could Google in the missing, the National Registry. So it would be like a missing kid, like Annabelle, 5-shelf storage cabinet.
5-piece set.
Yes, and it would be worth $13,000. Some of
Something
them were
that
worth $15,000.
Nobody
A
like us
pillow.
should be
They
paying
had a
that
pillow. A pillow for $10,000.
Ellen DeGeneres' company, or
Yeah.
she has a company that sells furniture, I guess, on there.
She had a $10,000
pillow. So not only is Wayfair claiming they didn't know, now instantly once they got outed, they're going back and changing the prices of these pillows to regular.
So wait.
Yeah, you can't even find it
what is the
anymore on their
accusation
site.
here? The accusation is that
these cabinets are real, or they're shipping real girls in these cabinets.
Well, not necessarily the cabinet.
Or
they're using the cabinet.
They're using the item. Yeah, as a.
Wait.
Wayfair is the platform for sex trafficking.
But can I ask a
Basically.
question? Can I ask a question though?
Yes.
How do we know? Okay, but there's no pictures of the girls. How do I know what I'm getting?
Oh, that's when you
gotta
that's
put
why
two
they
and
So
two
together. if it lists as a cabinet for Annabelle, you Google
Annabelle. There's a picture.
There's a SKU
of
number.
her missing.
A SKU number. The SKU number matches.
Get the
fuck
it's a rabbit.
It matches the child's case.
And what's so terrible is I'm getting my basement redone, and I have shit in my Wayfair cart
right now,
and I can't even fucking with good intention even support these motherfuckers.
And what's worse is it's not just Wayfair. It's All Modern. It's Birch Lane.
Right.
It's Jocelyn. They're all under one
umbrella.
That definitely sounds like something that the people who are in charge at Wayfair would have no idea about.
No.
What?
No.
I'm gonna tell you why. There's no way that because think about it.
Oh, at the top.
At the top, there's no way that
especially at the top. I think
there's a possibility that could be true.
No, there's no possibility that could be true.
My nigga said no. There's no possibility.
Why are you saying
that's very interesting?
Because this is Elaine Maxwell and the CEO of Wayfair right here in a picture together.
What does that mean?
And this is supposed to be the lady that's outed them.
She just got arrested
with Jeffrey Epstein.
You know who that is?
Yes.
She was helping Jeffrey Epstein with child sex trafficking. And she's cool with this nigga, man.
She just got arrested.
And she just got arrested, and now all of a sudden this shit gets
she just got arrested.
Yes.
So they thinking that she kind of
had
something
with
this
out there. Yeah.
I don't think that means that he knew, but
he knew.
It's a possibility.
They all in the same
it's a
circle.
possibility. Yeah. But you hear, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. Doesn't necessarily mean that she knew or he knew what was going on.
That's some messed up stuff.
But it's not gullible. But you're doing what your wife did. You're making assumptions.
Nah.
I'm just saying.
Assume away.
All I'm saying is, regardless of how educated you feel they may be, the fact is that regardless of who's involved, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
That is so crazy.
What's her name? Grizel Maxwell?
For me, it just makes you wonder, like, man, what else is going on out here that you just, it's in plain sight that you just have no clue about because you're not into it.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? We could be looking at Domino's Pizza or something and thinking, I'm going to order. Oh, you know what? I never ordered the 10 pizza deal, but man, look at this. Why is it $11,000?
Right.
Do you know who was involved in that Wayfair? I'm not the Wayfair.
George Soros.
Pizza joint, George Soros. And what's his name, man? The bald head Bama name, man.
The pizza joint.
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate.
I can't think of the Bama.
Pizzagate.
It is Soros, don't it?
I thought it was. That might be a local.
Nah, that's the Bama from Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
But Barack Obama and the Clintons were heavily involved in it too.
Not my president. Not my president.
Man, that's crazy, dog. There's a lot of stuff going on under our nose that we don't know.
And these people have the power to make it go away, to make it seem just like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
that's true.
What do y'all Speaking of things going on under your nose and not knowing, how do you feel about transgender people having children?
How?
Well, they're starting to try to implant wombs into the transgender men.
Right. Oh, wait a minute.
I think there's a child that's been born that way, though.
No, she was already a woman before. He was already a woman before.
Oh.
I'm confused when you do it like that.
That's what I'm trying to understand.
He was, it was a man that was...
a
woman who was transgender to a
transgender man.
She got pregnant.
Oh.
Well,
he got pregnant.
So wait a minute.
He got inseminated before.
A woman that transitions into a man is considered a transgender.
Trans man. A transgender man.
Okay, so it's transgender whatever you are now.
Yes.
Or refer to yourself as.
Yes.
Got you. So I'd be a trans.
No, you would be a Jonathan.
You would be a trans woman.
Superhero.
Right.
No, you would be a trans woman.
No, I wouldn't because I didn't want to be a woman.
No.
But
I know what you're saying.
A superhero.
I know what you're saying.
Oh, I got it. I was behind.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
All right.
But,
so, actually,
transgender women should be entitled to
womb
transplants
so this is
they
from
can have a baby.
They gonna get these wombs
the world's first baby
Hey,
was born using a womb from a dead woman
Hey, y'all,
that took place in Brazil
Before
in
we get into
2017.
this, it's all coming to an end, y'all.
Solomon and Gomorrah.
It's all coming to an end.
Oh, you can't believe in the Bible
if the
now,
writing
man.
is not on the wall, like, come on, bro. Are you
Y'all
kidding
can't
me
believe
right
in
now?
the Bible now, man.
Like, are you kidding me?
It's too late.
Too late, man. Y'all can't believe in the Bible now.
Like, stay over there. You like it over there? Stay over there.
So how do you feel about them taking wombs from dead women?
They've been taking a lot of stuff from
and putting them into men lax so they can have babies.
Why don't we have limits? Like,
would you support?
No, I wouldn't support.
Okay, everybody in
Hey,
this.
let me ask you this:
Does
like Planned Parenthood are they fighting to like get funding to help with this type of stuff?
They're fighting.
I don't know.
To be able to do.
As far as I know, they fund abortions. They also do clinical.
They do the sex change stuff too, right?
Sister.
Do they?
I believe so.
Now, you
Hold on, what y'all
are
talking about?
you are a woman of the Lord, right? Right. Do you know Margaret Sanger is not a woman of the Lord? She's an evil woman. She's the one who founded
Planned Parenthood.
And she made a vow.
What did she refer to us as?
It doesn't make sense that a Christian would found something like that.
I forgot what she said. But go ahead.
Or a person of the Lord.
Yeah.
So nobody here is supportive of womb transplants.
Nah, nobody over here is, as far as I know.
Look,
I just don't know
I
where
didn't
you
know
would
we could
put
make
it.
requests like that. I'd have been requesting shit a long time
Man,
ago.
I know this trans. I have a
I've been
trans.
requesting some crazy off the wall shit a long time ago, bro.
I have
Not for you though, brother. It's for weirdos.
I don't know, like.
I have a friend who is an acquaintance. I didn't really know this person.
What's his name?
Well, I know two trans people personally.
What are their
but
names?
I'm not gonna put that out there. But
Oh.
one just went through not only gender reassignment, but also facial feminization. And I mean, when I see her now, she looks like a woman. But and I actually wouldn't put it past, just because people who have multiple surgeries like that, I wouldn't put it past them to want to go and get
I have a question for you.
a womb if you could just pay for one.
I have a question for you. So you said she looks like a woman, or he looks like a woman.
Yes.
When did he start getting his treatment? Because now
I don't know that.
They passed a law where children can get hormone blockers and things like that.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
Yeah.
And it's just, man, you know, like Justin Bond said, man.
I think
It's about to be a wrap, man.
you have to have the money to
Who
pay
the hell
for
is
that
that?
stuff.
Some guy. He seems very informative. So
Yeah, no, but that's very troubling. As a parent, as a
Some people are
citizen,
saying, why do you think all these black women are going missing?
Yeah, man.
hey, but look though.
And y'all supporting that jump.
So
How? Who? What?
Not y'all in particular, but black women be out here supporting men turning into women.
I wouldn't classify a certain group of people that is supporting it, Justin. I think there's multiple groups of people that are supporting.
Let's be very clear. Saying
so-
that you have the right to choose to do whatever
Okay.
you want to do is your
She doesn't have a mic,
right. It's
guys.
your whole thing.
So
But
pay
me
attention
being
to those who have a mic.
of is
no.
a different thing.
Okay.
Like I said, I am someone who has a homosexual in my immediate family. I love him as who he is and whatever comes with him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, saying that I'm for implanting wombs, absolutely not. Saying that I am for,
You got another mic?
other.
Do you have another? You don't have another mic?
I think that's an extreme.
If I'd have known, I would have gotten another mic too.
If you aren't pro this, you're anti this, and there's a middle.
Yeah.
And I think that people need to really realize that there's a middle, and it's okay to be in the middle of that. Because the
Can't
world
deal in
even
absolutes.
tells you nowadays you need to be one way or another, and that's not reality.
I think I agree with that. I'm in the middle of this. I think that's a little
you
too
wasn't in the
far.
middle of the Will and Jada thing. You took one side on that one.
Well,
So
listen.
what I'm saying is, you got a sector of
Jada's
black
the
women
homie
who actually support these people
in my head.
getting these types of rights.
and they are advocates, and they be out there on the front line with them, you know. And maybe it's just the media's perception. Maybe a lot of black women don't even care, to be honest with you.
They probably don't.
But you gotta
They're
understand.
just trying to get black men to treat
Here's
them
my thing. At the end of the day, I don't have to answer for the changes that they're making to their bodies. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to stand before God and answer to that. So I don't feel like it's my place to
I agree with that.
Judge.
Yeah, but here's the
Like,
thing.
that's some heavy
if it's
stuff.
something on a ballot for you to vote for them to be able to have wombs implanted in them, you should.
How would that affect me?
Because one of your
That's
sisters
the only-
or one
that's
of your
the only
girlfriends
thing-
might get kidnapped or.
Well, wait. Is it that they're voting to be able to do it, or is it that they're voting to have our tax money pay for it?
Both, probably.
Because
You
is it
don't have
against
to
the law?
vote. You don't have to vote to be able to.
Is that against? It's not against the law,
No.
is it?
But
You can do whatever. You can kill
You can
yourself
do
if
what
you
you
want
want.
to.
But if you vote for
They're gonna lock your dead body up.
right there,
Agreed.
you might be working against yourself.
I
Or your
mean,
daughter in the future.
the only thing I can see happening is my son. My son could get manipulated or even tricked into being with someone, because I know an issue came up with I think this is with Angela
And
Stanton.
that leads to murder. no other
With
option.
her saying that you can legally change, transgender people
have
can
to
legally
tell
change
nobody.
their birth certificate
Don't gotta tell nobody.
and not have
See,
to
now
tell.
you're getting into
So
deception
I could
for
see.
real.
So that
Damn,
would.
dog. So they are
that
literally
would bother me.
promoting deception.
Well,
it is being
They don't look
promoted.
at it as
Oh,
deception.
It is.
But they don't look at
is
it
though.
as
But that's perception.
Hey,
So,
look, let me
so
throw
sex
this out there,
offenders
though. Let
have
me
to
throw this out
register,
there.
but these people don't have to.
This is my whole thing.
But
man.
these people don't
If
have to
you-
identify.
If you give these people an
In the
inch,
words of
they gonna
Sade,
take a fucking mile, man.
Which
Is it a crime?
Is
Yeah.
it a crime? Oh my!
I don't.
And that's what it boils down to. That's how they change things through policy.
This is why man should not be in charge of man.
But look though,
All we're gonna do is run this thing into the ground.
No, it's the people that
Yeah.
are in charge.
I
man.
mean that's bound to
It's
happen.
the second people.
Justin,
it's
it
the
does.
second people
Justin,
that's in
it,
charge.
Justin, it doesn't matter.
It does matter
doesn't.
because if you have just people in charge, then that shit ain't gonna stand. They wasn't.
Let
doing
me
this
tell
type of
you.
shit 50 years ago.
No. Let me tell you something, Bible bumper. Now, I've been listen. The last couple, I'd say week or two, I've been reading from Kings, 2 Kings, and even in Judah. Okay, them kings. Judah was a little bit better than Israel, but all them kings weren't doing right in the eyes of the Lord.
That's under the same.
And
that's under the same system that we still.
And he came through and destroyed them. So that's my thing. I ain't gotta destroy them because if it's not right in God's eyesight, He's gonna take it out. So I don't have to sit there
And I'm partial to agree with that. The only time I really have a problem with it, regardless of whether it makes me uncomfortable or not, is that if things are being forced upon me.
And children.
That is it.
I can see
And maybe my children too, but again, you can only have so much control over that too, but you should have more control over the things your children consume, and if not, you need to be in the ear about the things that you gotta they're worried about.
You have to be now,
and that's
Because it's out there.
unfortunate. But it is the way of the world.
But the thing is, like, if I want to send my child to a school system that's going to make them learn about sex at the age of 4 and 5, because there's no, like Angela Stanton said, if they start learning about 2 mommies and 2 daddies, they're gonna come home and ask you a fucking question. And
But I'd much rather them ask me.
But they shouldn't even be talking about that at the age of 4 and 5.
Hey,
there's a way for you to talk about. You can talk about, oh, this person has 2 mommies, without saying, yeah, and they bump vaginas, and
because Justin, the
2 mommies just means 2 mommies. When you're talking to a kid,
don't understand sex.
Yes, when you're
So
talking
you
to a
can
kid,
speak to them on a very
generic 2
level.
daddies means
Yes.
2 daddies
Correct.
to them. They
Correct.
don't mean
Correct.
oh
You're conceptualizing
they
sex
eat that
in your
boo-boo,
idea.
Nah, it's gonna come up.
It's still going to eventually come up.
Yeah,
But guess
It's
what?
still gonna
At least they'll be on the right track.
It'll come
though.
up when
At
it's
least they will
time
be
for
on the
them
right
to
track.
talk about
Yeah.
sex. But
So you want
for a
Jackson to
kid,
learn about, you want our son to learn about
homosexuality or two mommies and two daddies at the age of 4.
Man, you sound
I'm not saying he needs to do it at the age of 4, but I think that is
instead of informing us.
That was my second point.
Give us an opportunity.
But I don't think that he's going to think of it in a sexual way. But also, I think that he should learn it from me before he goes to some school and two mommies show up. You know what I mean? And Jackson's looking like
questions. Or
he's right in front of him, because you know how kids do. They go ask me right there.
And you have to respond to that because your child is now being reprimanded for making fun of a child's family.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? You don't want that phone call
either. Probably wouldn't make fun of him.
That's not the point. The point is.
But I'm gonna be honest, and I don't see a lot of. I know two mommies exist and two daddies exist, and it could just be at my particular place of employment. But I don't. I don't see. I know the ones who have two mommies and two daddies, but I think in our community it isn't, because we are conservative in that way to an extent. It's still not flaunted the way that you guys think that the world is crumbling right now. One mommy might show up, one day, and then another mommy might show up another day. And as I might know that as an adult, but the kids, it is flying over their head.
Normal, right?
This is just,
and that's what I was trying to tell you. That's what I was trying to say to you, Justin.
They trying to incorporate it into curriculum, yo.
Correct.
That's my problem. Right. I don't really give a fuck about two mommies showing up. You can't control that. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up here and say, listen, y'all, if y'all gay, y'all need to come on separate days as parents. Don't come together. Okay? But if you have a curriculum dedicated to learn about their history, to learn about, hey, let's put this in a math problem now. Like, come on, son.
Now, I understand as a parent how it could be concerning, for sure. I'm not going to downplay that at all. But I mean, if it's not this, it'll be something else. And I think just in terms of you as a parent, it speaks more to, you being able to control that and talk to your kids about it. I mean, ain't nothing you can do about it. You can fight that fight, but in the meantime, by the time you end up fighting that fight, Jackson's going to be old enough to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
did your parents have to talk to you about that at the age of 5?
No, but our parents didn't have to talk to us about a lot of
things. Our parents had to deal with things that their parents didn't have to deal with, and so on and so forth. As generations go on, problems arise based on that generation.
That means it's getting worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they say. Every generation says that. Every generation says that.
Disagree with that.
I let it. Oh, absolutely.
It's getting worse.
Hey, but look though, I'd like to provide an objective point of view, I guess, to the whole womb transfer thing.
Okay.
I don't know if this has anything to do with what y'all talking about specifically, but what if there's a woman
who wants to have a baby
who can't because she has an inhospitable womb, and she wants to get the transplant in order to have a baby? Are you guys against that?
What happened to adoption?
That's an option. I would be supportive of a woman doing that. I would.
Like I thought the buck stopped there.
It is.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
because everybody's talking at once.
If you can afford to do it, I would support it, because I mean it's science to me. In the same way that women go and get fertility treatment.
I hear you on that.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. So it's all in this. This is all in the same boat.
But it's a slippery slope.
It is.
We live in a wicked society.
It is.
Should that be happening?
And same way as black
maybe
market for teenagers.
Natural selection.
Yeah, maybe.
It's some dang. It's black markets for organs and body parts out here. Mm-hmm. So how are they going to get these wombs? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Are you going to be on the womb donor list? You got to wait for your person to die. And is that person, if you have the means to do so, will that person magically die because you have the paper to get that person to magically die?
Hey, y'all ever seen the movie The Island?
Mm-mm.
So what they do is, in that movie, the rich people basically clone themselves. And so anything that goes wrong with you,
like Get Out,
they can take
your clone.
They can take from your clone. And
heal
but the clones are living, breathing, thinking things on their own, and they don't know it. So now it's just like, wow, right? Yeah. What they did is they called it an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Long story short, it was weird. I thought it was a very unique movie. I think it actually took place.
When was it made?
It was made in like 19. It's probably like 2000.
Okay.
But I think the time frame was like 2014. Something that we've already passed.
And it probably going on.
Something that we've already passed.
Probably going on, man.
So I wonder what Angela Stanton would think about all of this. Because have y'all heard that interview with her?
Yeah,
Breakfast Club.
That Breakfast Club
she
interview?
annihilated the Breakfast Club. I mean, you alright?
I'm always getting shocked.
Might be too close.
Yeah. She annihilated the Breakfast Club. I watched that, and I know Angela Stanton from. I was telling Justin about this. You know, her and Phaedra Parks were buddies at one point. They were running scams, allegedly, running these car scams. And apparently Angela claims that Apollo wasn't the only one doing scams, that Phaedra was in on it too. And
Angela was in on it too?
Yeah. Okay. Angela went to jail, Apollo went to jail.
Apparently that's what she's a felon of.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Apparently they thought so when she decided to write this book, it implicated Phaedra, who's an attorney. So for years she had fought her on getting this book published, but eventually the courts decided that Angela Stanton could publish her book. So I read the book. It was like a little hood read, you know, like
man, sometimes them joints be good though.
Yeah, they do, but it's like and I can see why Phaedra wouldn't have wanted that book, you know, to get out there.
She basically snitched.
It damaged her reputation.
Was it like a fictional book though?
No.
Oh, it was a life story.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I took away from this Angela Stanton interview, outside of
she's reformed now,
the interaction that she had with the members of the Breakfast Club,
and was she fried him?
She was obviously more informed about a situation that she came on the show to talk about. So she was well more prepared or equipped. But outside of that,
well, first off, you know, she's running for
right. Which is a part of
Congress.
what I was going to say, because I feel like her attachment to Donald Trump is solely based on the idea that she has a political motivation. And she kept saying, you know, I'm loyal. I get it. Mm-hmm. And it almost sounded like she was blown that she had to
talk about him
back or use Trump as some sort of, but it's almost like, well, we know anytime somebody talks to me, I know they're going to bring this up.
Mm-hmm. So here we go.
So I might as well embrace it. I might as well, you know what I'm saying? And I might as well get ready for, you know, I'm in sales. So in sales, we already know what objections we're going to hear, right? And it's almost like she prepared herself for those objections.
I'm sure she did.
And was like, these are the,
yes.
you know what I'm saying?
But on the flip side, I think the Breakfast Club, the host with the interviewers, mm-hmm. I think they tried to use that as a weapon. Yeah. I think they tried to weaponize her affiliation with Donald Trump.
With Trump, absolutely.
Yeah.
Off rip. They ain't even, before she could get into what she's about and why she's there, they was like,
I don't think she ever.
It was that type of
I don't think she was ever allowed to talk about her campaign. Her policy. And maybe that was strategic. Maybe they're like, oh, this is a nationwide show. You know, it really doesn't serve our larger audience any benefit to hear what you're going to do because she's running against Congressman John Lewis
in Atlanta, right?
Yeah. Who, I mean, he might not. I last I heard about John Lewis, I think he was sick. So. So I don't even know how much longer he'll be here with us.
For the longest time, I got him and the dude that just
Elijah Cummings.
Elijah Cummings. Got them mixed up.
I can see why. Like
always, when somebody said John Lewis, I was like, he did though. It's like, no.
Yeah, he does.
The one that was in Selma, right?
Yes.
I see. When I think about that, I think about Elijah Cummings. I see Elijah.
Yeah, they did favor. They did. R.I.P. to Elijah. All these Baltimore is just running this show tonight.
What are you talking
Be
about?
more stand up.
The shoulder mop? Did y'all see that?
Well,
Wait
I'm
till y'all
not
see this on
mad at
camera.
her championing her.
Be more stand up.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's a reach. Like, what does she mean?
All right.
And we're not speaking about these individuals in a positive light. Also,
But nah, that Angela Stanton interview, that joint, Angela Stanton King, that joint job like exposed the Breakfast Club to me.
Yeah, it made them seem shallow.
It seemed like they got an agenda.
Yes.
Like they're biased to in a certain way. You know what I mean? As far when it comes to politics,
they don't really value black lives like they say they do.
well, that's a different topic.
Go deeper.
My favorite part was that she had evidence for every single point that she
Yeah,
made.
she obviously came prepared.
One thing that I wish
That's
she
what
would
I'm saying.
have.
That's what I was saying.
One thing that I wish she would have talked about more. No, she was just going off the dome. But one thing I wish she would have said more is that
read
Trump.
before the interview.
Nah, she's probably just used to saying this.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I just stopped because they were just talking across.
Damn, come on,
ahead,
y'all.
go ahead.
We gotta do better than this.
No, husband, go ahead, keep talking over me.
Technically, you cut
Justin,
me off.
just go.
Technically speaking,
I don't.
Just-
And we're gonna address this on the
rewind
next
it.
red table talk next week.
No,
Jonathan said,
With the
Jonathan,
This is the clear. We're at the clear
Jonathan-
table talk.
Jonathan told me to go deeper than you just blab. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, finish your conversation.
Well, what Jonathan was referencing and what Justin started to speak about was how we speak about Black Lives Matter. And in that interview, Angela Stanton was very adamant about how we are hollering and screaming that Black Lives Matter, but we have a very, very high abortion rate. And it's not just this year. It's not just last year.
Since
It has been for the last 30 or 40 years.
40 some odd years, man.
Yeah,
So if you guys, if Jonathan, if you wanted to say something about that, because I knew you had an opinion on it.
Well, no, I mean, I was just saying that I think she kind of was bringing facts on how low key our community has been targeted.
Yeah.
Via abortion and I mean, basically, Planned Parenthood is a weapon. I think
Pretty much.
anybody with eyes can kind of see that. Yeah, it has its benefits to people who probably need it, but at the same time, just because it helps one person doesn't mean it's not hurting the whole community. That's all.
Right.
That's all I got.
Right.
Well, and I've been an advocate for, I guess you could say, pro-life for a while now, and I've been speaking about this abortion rate that's extremely high. We abort probably like 1 million babies, close to 1 million babies in the black community.
She said 46% over that time period.
Yeah.
Of the population.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
60-something million, I
crazy
wanna
when
say,
you
or
think about
40-something
those
million.
numbers.
You know?
But
That to me, that's an indicator of a bigger problem too
yeah.
in our community.
Well, we don't have a
Because-
rulership mentality, man.
What were you gonna
Okay,
say?
you
What were
keep
gonna
saying the same little target words.
What were you
We
gonna say?
know.
What were you gonna say, Kira?
Well, I was gonna say off
But you-
of the abortion thing, but I'll come back to that thought about her and Donald Trump.
So,
But regarding abortions, I was gonna say, the thing is, it's such a personal
it is very
issue. Like you don't know. Well, you know, women know amongst their friends who may have had an abortion. As a husband, you might not know your wife or your mom,
I would
or
hope you would know that
or-
your wife.
I mean, I'm sorry. Or as a man, I meant to say as a man.
Maybe.
As a man, you might not know if it's your wife or your mom or sisters have had
Dealing with it,
any
right.
any kind of
any capacity.
procedures.
Yeah.
So it is important for men, I think, to stay. You can have a stance on it, but you also need to be kind of sympathetic and mindful when you're speaking to this.
I agree.
I think that.
Because we're not women.
Yeah, you're not.
At the
And
end
I
of the
think
day,
ultimately
we're not women.
it's not
should we
fair.
have a- should we have
It's
a
not
say in
fair. Just like the Bible
both
says
parties
that
should have a say, in my
the
opinion.
Bible says
Men
that
don't have a say.
only
Men do have a say.
women are
I know a lot of
adulterers.
brothers that give up the money and say, "Go get that
Hold
abortion."
on.
The Bible says.
Hold on. Justin, hold on.
I'm just saying, just like some things aren't fair. Just like the Bible says that women are the adulterers. I think that women do have the right
Do you know
to
adultery? I mean, do you know that
I tend to agree with you.
abortion is a sin?
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
Justin,
And so
if
is
you-
adultery.
Huh?
So is adultery.
Abortion is a sin,
and so is
offering
adultery.
your child up to one of the gods. That they did this in the biblical days.
So Justin, let me also say this, and I agree with Kiera in terms of being a man. This is something that I would never have any. How much could I fight for this? You understand what I'm saying? Just being a man and not ever being able to be in that situation. But I will say that I think if I was a woman, I would like to have the option to choose.
I think, and ultimately, I think it is a woman's.
I could agree with that.
I think it should be a woman's choice.
I think it is. And to your point, I think it is ultimately. It comes down to the woman. She has to.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
And if a man doesn't want that abortion to take place,
then he shouldn't have sex.
Hello.
Well, that's the control you have. Listen, because that's the control you have.
Control over that too.
You have control over that.
You have control over that.
You got control over
that. Impregnates.
No, but time out though.
You have to make your choice a little earlier.
No, because if a woman knows if I get pregnant by this man, he might be a bad dad. Whatever reason that a woman decides that she wants to have an abortion.
You sound real ignorant right now.
What we're not gonna do?
You have never been penetrated. We're not gonna never had anybody try to penetrate you, bro. So
have you?
Listen to what I'm saying.
You sound like
what's going on?
Just listen.
Listen, you ain't never been penetrated. Never have. Nor have you ever. So listen to what I'm telling you because I have.
All right, come on, y'all. Let's get back on track.
That's not what he said.
That's clearly not what I said.
Let's get back on track.
Welcome to the life of being friends with Justin Dozier.
Hey,
anyway,
are you gonna let me finish, man?
Go ahead.
Bottom line is, it's a two-way street. Yes, men should have the mental capacity to say, I don't want to have a child.
Correct.
And so I'm going to take precautions.
Correct.
I'm going to take precautions to do it. But women should do the same thing as well. If they know that, you know what, I can't afford a child right now. So I'm going to do everything in my power as well to not put myself in a position to be impregnated by this said man. That's all I'm trying to say. And before y'all jump on my back.
And I agree with you.
Two-way street.
And I agree with you on that. But I'm just going to tell you, as a man, I can't be concerned with that. As that choice or those decisions.
No, you can't be controlled. You can't be concerned. You're right.
Because the only thing I can control is what I can control.
Yourself.
So I'm not about to focus on that.
I'm not focusing on it. But I'm saying, as a community, we all should focus on it.
As a community, we should all focus on it.
Women should,
agree.
Because it's dusty dudes out here.
Come on then, Sean. What you think?
Our live studio audience has a question.
What you thinking?
No. I'm not interested in what the live studio audience.
Listen. There's women out here.
As a woman,
no. There's four mics here.
There's women out here. Listen, it's women. I'm gonna get to you, Shar. It's women out here.
I already got to Shar.
Time out, yo.
As a woman,
women out here who deal with dudes that don't deserve to have their vagina.
Correct.
Period.
What?
And they get impregnated by these dudes that don't deserve to have their vagina, nor deserve to be a father.
But they don't get impregnated. The man impregnates them.
They get impregnated by that man.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is, most of the time,
what are you saying, bro?
Just listen, because if we're talking about abortion, listen. If we're talking about abortion, most of the time that these women are getting pregnant, they did not go into that sexual experience with the idea or the thought process to saying, I want this man's baby. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a difference there. Yes, because that is the thing that induces the idea of abortion.
Dudes don't go into that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Y'all saying
if
the same
you know,
thing.
Y'all are saying the same thing. I said that
with this
2
dude,
minutes.
that's a bum.
It's an option.
and potential pregnancy will happen. You should probably not lay down with this bum dude. But you got two dudes that lay down with bum women. So, and then they be like, all right, well, I'm about to pay for this abortion. Or they force the girl to get an abortion.
I just think as a man,
for various reasons.
And I agree with you. I just want to be clear what my stance is. As a man, I feel like I should focus on my part and what I can control.
Ultimately, yes. It's a man should know where to stick his thing at and where he should not stick his thing at.
And a woman should know when to open her legs and when not to.
She should not open
Ultimately, that's not what happens.
I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
You know why that doesn't happen? Because people live to gratify themselves.
Sean, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
That's what I'm saying though. I can't speak on what women should or shouldn't do. But that's the point. That's my saying. Why you've never been penetrated but you can't because you're not a woman.
Neither one of y'all can speak, but Sean can.
You're not a woman.
It don't matter about me being a woman. I can tell you what's right or wrong, dog. I can tell a woman, hey, if you go down that street, you probably shouldn't go down that street. They raping people down there.
Yeah, but
she still want to go down there.
That's not a man or woman issue though. That's a general issue.
No,
your example needs to be. There needs to be a clear difference between a man and a woman. I can give you my opinion on what I think a man or a woman should do. I got you. I understand your opinion.
Just because I'm not a man or I'm not a woman, I can still give that a fucking opinion.
I got you. But what I'm saying,
what are y'all arguing?
Anyway,
I've been to call Shar. You're rude ass just now.
Anyway,
you're rude.
Shar,
but what I also wanted to get into when
Shar,
it comes to
if you
that
don't want to say it,
I also at the point where I didn't really want
both Justins.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to get into was in terms of her, Angela Stanton, making this reference to Black Lives Matter and abortion. I don't think they're connected, and I don't like how she tried to pivot.
It is connected.
Nope, I think they're two separate issues, and they deserve two different separate sets of energy. I'm not saying that I disagree with her. I'm just saying the pivot is not a good. I disagree with somebody saying how could you fight or be on the advocate for Black Lives Matter, which was revolved around police brutality and social injustice, but be on the side for aborting kids.
There are, nearly 60 million black babies that have been aborted since Roe v. Wade passed. And if we talk about Black Lives Matter, did we know that Black Lives Matter even in the womb?
No, she wasn't saying Black Lives Matter, the movement. She was saying, how can you say the words Black Lives Matter?
I know what you meant.
So I don't,
man, but how many people die from police every year?
But they're two separate issues is my point.
What's the bigger problem? That's what I'm trying to say.
You can't determine what's a bigger problem.
Yes, I can, because 200 is the way.
What was I going to say? What was I going to say? Hold on, what was I going to say?
1 million is more than 200.
What was I going to say? Because you cut me off. So you just said no, I can't.
It don't matter what you're going to say.
Okay, clearly.
It don't matter.
Right, so let's pass.
Based off of what you already said.
Let's pass the mic over then.
Based off of what you already said. Yes, what did you
Shar,
Can I have the mic?
they're being so rude.
I'm not gonna come in the pan.
You can talk loud enough. It's cool. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, good. What I was going to say was, there's a very difference when you start to speak about men and women and your bodies and what you can do with your body, what you can't do with your body, and men have control of the babies and women have control, because let's be very, very clear. Women carry the seed, we feed the seed, we build the seed. However, the man distributes the body into the woman's body. So we also have to look at, there are much easier ways for a man to control the more babies coming into the world versus women putting things into our body that are detrimental to our health. We look at birth control and stuff like that. That's the only control women have.
It's not the only control women have. That doesn't make sense. We weren't even talking about birth control. That's stupid.
Women have birth control.
We're talking about a woman not opening her legs the same way we're talking about a man.
Wasn't he just getting upset that you cut him off?
One thing. Saying yes or no to sex is one thing, but having consensual sex and then you being like, I'm not gonna wear a condom and want to ejaculate into your body, versus this woman being on birth control and being like, well, this is the piece that I'm bringing into it to kind of combat your ejaculation, is a completely different thing. I think it's very irresponsible to say that a woman has control of it based off of blah, 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 when honestly, birth control is the only piece she has other than telling you get the fuck off me.
It's not exactly.
I think he said it best. It's a two-way street. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I don't disagree.
It's a two-way street.
But it's a two-way street.
That's what I'm saying.
The onus is on both men and women.
I'm with Justin. This is a conversation, But my thing is with regarding her stance on not killing black babies is, what do we do with them? Because the ones that make it, some people can't afford them.
That's a good question.
What do we do with
what you do is as an individual?
Because right now what's happening is they're getting adopted and abused by white families and families from other cultures, and That's what's happening to our black babies now.
Or they have unfit parents and they end up getting kidnapped.
Or they grow up as degenerates.
Or neglected.
So what do we do with these babies? Because it's a sacrifice,
Well, that's what we say. You gotta be proactive before you get to the baby.
Have a rulership mentality.
I gotta be more responsible.
You have to have a rulership mentality.
So you're saying just before, we need to stop it before the pregnancy even happens.
Yes. That's the way you're supposed to be responsible.
That would be the real.
Even if sex feels good,
in a perfect world,
you have to understand that.
That's in a perfect world. We're far from that.
But if you don't have that crutch of, I can easily get an abortion as contraception, then that takes one less thing off the table for you to have as a crutch.
And you're killing a nation of
people. So you may think more and be like, you know what? It's no easy way out of this.
Yeah, and if you stop thinking with your loins all the fucking time.
I see what you're saying. That's a good point, but it just seems like in the perfect world option. It doesn't seem like a real world choice.
I don't think you should do away. I don't think you should do away with abortion. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no.
I just don't think that we should be funding it so much with our tax dollars. I do feel like there are certain instances where me personally, I'm not a woman, but if something happened and my wife wanted to get an abortion, I do feel like there are instances where I probably would be like, yeah, this is probably a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it warrants me going into detail, but
I would like you to go deeper.
God forbid, if something happened and somebody was raped, I could understand them not wanting to keep that baby.
Yeah, she used rape.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong or what have you.
Angela Stanton
you know
used rape as an example.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think having the option to have an abortion should be taken off the table. I just don't think we should be promoting it and funding it because that promotes it more.
Well, not just the funding, they actually advertise and they actually strategically
that's what I'm
set
saying.
up shop
in our communities.
And that's a fucked up part because it's when she said
they want us to do it.
What was powerful for me is because I know if I discussed it openly with you guys, but I actually had fertility not issues, but I have fibroids. A lot of African American women have them.
Know all that, Kiera.
Oh, y'all probably as men don't. I'm just saying, but for me, it hit home when she said that they put abortion clinics in our communities and fertility clinics in theirs, because that is true as hell. When I tell you, I had to drive,
Shady Grove somewhere.
Yeah, from here all the way to Potomac.
And the Democrats are behind that, yo.
To go and get the treatment that I was seeking at the time.
What did I say the other week, man?
I mean, that's like not foxes, funny. Man. It's not
funny. They like foxes. They act like they're your friend, but the whole time they want to fund abortions in your communities. And black lives don't really matter to them.
You know what? I will say I've never been more convinced of maybe switching the way I vote. I mean, this is Angela Stanton was convincing as hell.
Well,
but at the same time, I can't see myself. And I would have liked her to explain this more. How she sticks with Trump, because Trump in so many ways is mobilizing.
He freed her.
He did.
Already.
Well, she was already free. He pardoned her. He cleared her record.
Oh, so she's not a felon anymore.
Right.
Man, that's even better.
Yeah.
What? Listen, if I could be locked up and get out and not be a felon, or get out and be a felon.
Yeah,
I know so many people that would be like, "Hey, I'll do the time and end up not being a felon because it's worse." After you get out,
you can't do nothing.
Yeah. I think, but it's clear why she's sticking with him, because she's like, "Why, little old me? You picked me." Yeah, but he is still very much
he's a bigot in your mindset, though.
A bigot, a racist. He's mobilizing. He might not come out and say, but I think he dog whistles. I think he does those little symbols that, that little white power symbol that they do. Mm-hmm. I think he does little things to his supporters. Yeah, and his kids do it too. And as a black woman, that's what I can't get behind.
But one thing you do got to do, like what she said, is you got to look at his policy, man, and look at their policy. So at the end of the day, I'm not a Republican at all. I would consider myself a conservative, but I'm not a Republican because of the things that you stated. But I align myself more so with the independents and things of that nature. But the Democrats party and their policies, man, they are trash, man, and they have been deliberately attacking us behind our backs or whatever, stabbing us in our backs, whatever you want to say, off some conniving type shit, and getting our vote since what? Since Clinton, I want to say, since I've been a child, man. And Biden, he still hasn't even apologized for that bill, that 3-strike bill that he promoted, man.
Didn't he say he wasn't going to?
And he said he wasn't going to apologize.
I mean, what's an apology gonna do? But yeah,
right.
And he don't say he gonna have a policy in place to change it or remove it. Actually, Trump is actually trying to work on doing that shit. So at the end of the day, you gotta, if you're gonna actually play that game of picking the lesser of two evils, you have to pick the lesser of two evils based on policy and not on them smiling in your face and eating chicken and dancing and doing a Dougie.
Also, if you look at what she's trying to do, like as far as her policies, she can't be a Democrat. She won't get the Democratic support.
I'm wondering if she's gonna win.
All right,
I hope she do. I would like to see her.
I don't know.
I would like to see her.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting
because John Lewis.
It's gonna be hard to be him.
He hasn't done nothing.
It's gonna be hard to be him.
But black people need to change the way they think, man.
Change the way they think,
change the way they eat, change the way they live, and change the way they treat each other. That's what Tupac said, right? Baltimore, right?
Be more.
You're supposed to know that.
Stand up. I thought y'all was quoting boys
so we gotta do what we gotta do.
I thought y'all was quoting boys in the don't know, don't show, don't care about what happened in the hood.
That's the bottom line.
I thought that's what y'all was quoting.
We ain't out here.
Boys in the hood.
We out here. we keep depending on somebody else to fix our problems, man.
And that's what the Democratic Party seems like they want you to do.
Exactly.
Just from my perspective. Like, honestly, this is the first time I've ever heard somebody running with the basis of their campaign being to uplift black people via policy.
That's true.
I've never heard any other politician have that as the basis of their campaign. Like, look, this is all I'm about.
I would vote for her. I would vote for her if I lived in Atlanta.
She came back to Chevrolet and ran out here.
Yeah, she might win.
Yeah, she probably would.
She probably would.
Yeah,
you have young people that'll be like, man, forget the labels.
And based on what she's saying.
Exactly.
Yes.
Forget the Democrat or Republican Party, whatever that is. I'm trying to get what she's talking about.
Yeah. But I don't think a lot of people actually listen to what people talk about.
I don't think so.
Because years ago, I want to say for this 2016 election, I voted for Jill Stein. You know why I voted for Jill Stein?
Why'd you vote for Jill Stein?
Because she said, I am going to give reparations to black people.
But she was independent, wasn't she?
She was independent.
And that was a vote for Hillary.
Nobody independent ever wins.
Nobody independent ever wins.
Which is another reason I think she has to run as a Republican.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. Like, if black people actually paid attention to what she was saying, they would have probably voted for her.
She could come to Maryland. Maryland voted for a Republican governor twice. You know, because people will hear. I think people will hear a little more.
Running for the governor, though. She's not running for governor, I don't think.
No, she's voting for a Senate. But what I'm saying is, it wouldn't be the first time that Marylanders voted because, you know, historically, traditionally, we vote for a Democrat. So this was like with Hogan, that was an eye opener. I think she could win here.
But hold on. Oh, you talking about even for the governor seat?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying she could run for the Maryland Senate here.
How does that work?
I don't fucking know.
Like, does the governor represent the Senate or
no? So the governor is basically like in charge of your state. He's like the president of your state. In a lot of ways, he's more important than President Trump.
I understand that part, but what I'm saying is, how does the governor's seat relate to what she's running for in Atlanta?
The
because
Senate.
She won't be over the whole state of Atlanta.
It's not really connected. So
she could run for the same thing here, and that has nothing to do with the governor.
She could run for Senate in Maryland and still be a senator. It wouldn't affect the governor at all.
How many senators?
Two.
I think it's two per
state.
Yeah.
Oh, it's two per state. No matter what.
No matter what.
Oh, she's running for Congress. My bad.
Running for Congress.
So is it two Congress?
It's two parts of Congress. It's the House of Representatives and then there's the Senate.
Okay.
She's running for the House of Representatives. not the same.
I didn't pay attention in fucking government.
Man, listen, I paid attention.
You know,
to
when
pass.
a bill is started, it goes through the House of Representatives,
Right, I
and then it has
understand
to
that.
go to the Senate, and then it goes to the president's desk. So,
she gonna work her way up. Watch this.
hopefully,
She might get a job.
if Trump wins
Trump wins
again,
again, she might
I
have-
can see
she
her
might have a
offering
cabinet job or
Omarosa's position.
I don't think she won a cabinet job. I don't
Yeah,
think she won it.
yeah, because she said
you
that
can't
was
really
the
do
point.
much.
She's like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, based on what she's saying, she could be lying. But based on what she's saying, it seems like she actually wants to implement something that can help change our community for the better.
You
Black
can hear
community, when I say our community.
I can't
But-
hear it.
What happened?
Can you hear this?
I can't hear none of that. What's wrong though? We had some technical difficulties.
Nah,
something
we
in there.
good. We good. Justin, what's next?
Y'all ruined that. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
You didn't do what he wanted to do, so now he's like, nah, fuck
When?
it. I'm out of here. Fuck this.
You mad?
Huh? You talking to me?
Yes. We are in the middle of how did we get here?
I thought we took a break.
Really, man?
How did
We took a break.
he needed a break.
We can take a break now if y'all want to take a break. Do you need a break?
No, let's just get it over with. Come on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we only got 10 more minutes. No.
What's next? Maker. Howard. Let's talk.
HU?
Y'all think that's gonna make a difference?
He's not good enough, but it's a start.
He's not good enough?
Like he gonna start the trend? You think you don't think he's gonna start the trend of
I would like
top
for him to,
athletes going to HBCUs?
but he's not a top athlete. He is
5-star because he's tall.
Yeah, he's pretty good, but he's not like a Zion Williamson or somebody like that.
Not a dynamic player.
Not a. I don't think he would be a first round pick right out of high school. So
Not a game changer.
Welcome, Baby Bison. We're happy to
But
have you.
It's a start, yo, and
dope.
I applaud him for doing that because a lot of these Anglo-Saxon universities, they make a lot of money off of the
Yes, they do.
off of our brothers' talents, man. Off of our gladiators, because that's our gladiator class, that's our warrior class on the football.
They still gonna make the money because they in the NCAA, right?
Yes, they are.
But that's
They just not Division One. They're MEAC, right?
No, I think y'all is D1.
D1?
man. Y'all can make it to
Y'all
the
can- yeah, y'all
can make
go
it to the tournament if y'all good enough.
Yeah, y'all just never.
So
be
y'all
good
can
enough.
get that money
Well,
that those tournament teams get now if y'all can make it. So which is a
Hopefully
good thing.
he'll help with that. Maker.
I just want to say I'm just sad for all my Bison because they just officially canceled homecoming. I don't know about you, but who was it that said how old are we? Are we still going to homecoming? The answer is yes.
I don't remember.
The answer is yes.
Who said that?
Why?
We go to homecoming. How
I mean,
would
why-
people
like,
go to
wait a
homecoming?
minute.
And let me say it again. We might not go to homecoming, but it is celebrated. So I will say I'm getting a little older. I think the last year or two I might have missed the yard. You know what I mean? But definitely my friends that are still in the area from Howard, we get together. Actually, it's like a little tradition. We get together every year, not on that Saturday that everything's happening, but that Sunday is like family day. So now we've had kids, you know. So it's like I already know where I'm gonna be.
Yeah, but you're not at the homecoming.
So
festivities, though.
but yeah. So I'm just saying, homecoming is celebrated, but I'm not always at the festivities. But those who do go every year, you know, it's just Howard homecoming is like
It's a reunion.
it's a reunion. And I've been to, because I was in the band when I was there, I've got a chance to play at all the homecomings pretty much. And you know, Howard's just unmatched.
You miss playing at the homecoming?
Hell no, I hated band. I'm not the one to talk to about band. So all the TBS, the Tau Beta Sigma, Kappa Psi people, I'm not your girl, but for that, because I did not like band. But it paid. I got a scholarship, so my mother was like, "Well,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
You about to be shaking that clarinet."
Doing body rolls with that motherfucker. What was that motherfucker up and down?
And me, I was a classically trained clarinet. So I got to Howard's like, you want me to get on my knees and do what with the instrument? No, not. Oh my gosh, I was taking this too far. I meant like dancing with the instrument on the field. These guys are immature. They're immature.
Nah, you just took me for a loop. Because they got to do the routine.
Sometimes your dance routine, you got to get up on, you know.
I think in 2020, they should not have any of our sisters getting on their knees with any instruments in their hands.
Or their mouth.
Like that. Nah.
Sometimes you playing, you know, you rocking from side to side.
That's fine. All that knee action, that's got to stop.
Oh
That's a detriment to our community. That's not a rulership mentality.
Oh, my God.
So you are pro going to the stuff, even though you don't have to go, but you like anybody that does.
Yeah, you guys think it's a cutoff for homecoming?
No, it'd be old ass people.
I can see people going to like games.
I love seeing the old Howard paraphernalia.
You know that John with canes and shit with their HU shirt on.
Yes, and the cup in their hand. It's a family affair.
I mean, that's your thing, you know.
Especially if your grandparents and your parents went to Howard. And some people can trace it back to their great grandparents.
And we talking about well-to-do people, man. We ain't talking about no ruckus or no knuckleheads and shit like that. You know?
I got you.
You know, I mean, even though I'm sure the young motherfuckers.
Well, I'm like, lately, Howard's homecoming is inclusive of everyone these days.
Well, you know, what I'm saying is, though, there's a lot of, you know, astute people that go to these events just to get to see their old friends from college, man. Old attorneys, old, you know, doctors and shit, you know, run into some of their old friends from back in the day. You know, it's a good thing, man. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Little fellowship.
Yeah, but this year it's just different. It's not just Howard. All HBCUs are starting.
I mean, people didn't have proms this year and graduations.
You can't get together.
You know, there's nothing.
Unless they limited to 9 people.
Yeah.
No more than 10.
Yeah, man. They're gonna have a graduation with 10 people.
10 people over here. 10 people over there.
It's interesting that you know, kids out here making decisions to you know, uplift and support the black community. Do you think as a society that we should do the same by letting black businesses or shutting down black businesses or businesses that aren't black in our community?
I think we should, man.
Moving along.
I think we should shut down black businesses. Businesses that are not black in our community.
Do we have the control to do that?
Yes.
No.
By not patronizing them. If they're in our community, that means they get their business from us.
I feel like white people be going the extra mile to support their own, because that Vince's Crab House guy, white people have been like extra with liking the pages and, you know, saying, oh,
where's that joint located though?
It's in Middle River, but
I think he talking about the stuff that's like in our community.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody should have
black people live.
I don't think nobody should be servicing our communities with businesses but us.
Well, we're gonna have to step it up then.
But what do you mean?
None of us don't even know what customer.
But where would Asian businesses go? There are no Asian.
They can go where they came from. I could care less about them. We need to be focused on us.
Exactly. Yo.
If I got to drive an extra 10 miles to go to the black joint,
especially in our community,
man,
especially in PG County. Like, come on, man. It's a lot of money.
First of all, PG County doesn't have any businesses here. All we have is houses.
I know, but the little carry out up the street.
How you gonna support black business?
No, the little carry outs up the street, the little, you know, all those little nail salons that y'all go to, that's females, man. If they not black owned, man, find somebody else to go to. Have them motherfuckers come to your house or start doing your own, or start your own nail salon. Say, hey, I'm a black owned nail salon.
Yeah, we'll patron that joint.
Yeah, I'll get my nails done. You can put the clear coat on mine. Just the clear coat. That's as far as I go.
Buff my bunion and, you know, hit the heel. You know
I don't think this is a bad idea. I don't know what you mean by, you know, demanding that people shut down. Because for so long, I don't know.
You can't ask.
You can't.
For so long, businesses are, you know, those are family-owned businesses too.
Fuck them. If they ain't us, fuck them.
Because on the flip side, that's how they feel about us.
Exactly.
They don't care when you go out of business or you can't pay your rent or your mortgage. They like this.
All they want is your money.
You want shrimp fried rice? That's how
you leave or buy.
Yeah.
Now they're being real nice now because of
I can't. I don't know if I'm ready to say that because I feel like for so long that these are the only businesses that we had in so many ways. And I'm thinking about my little community in Baltimore and Park Heights where all we had was the Circle, because we didn't have cars like that. We had to walk to everywhere we went. So, you walk to the Circle. It was like your neighborhood little end of a block, just like a, I guess, corner store. But it was more like a grocery store. You could get food from it. I lost my train of thought, but so those
the Circle.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So these are family-owned businesses. These people train their kids just like we want to do. These people train their kids how to run the family business.
But what does that have to do with us?
Yeah, now that you've sent their kids off to a successful life and you didn't get nothing out of it, but
you still in Park Heights.
Yeah, what does that do?
I agree that we should have black-owned businesses, but there's a no but. I'm gonna just say that. I just don't. I'm thinking about I have Asian friends whose families own those stores that we're talking about.
Why aren't they putting their stores in their neighborhoods? In their predominantly Asian neighborhood.
How do you know they're not?
Well, then it shouldn't hurt them when we take over our area. It shouldn't hurt them.
Exactly.
Okay.
They be all right.
And they done made so much money off of us.
Yeah, they all right. Shit, it's time for us to step up, man. Are you willing to step up?
Why you want to hold on to them
in order to patronize?
Why you want to hold on to them being rich, man?
No. I see what you guys are saying. I'm saying that I agree with you. But
you just feel like they've helped.
I feel just sympathy for my friend because standing up for a cause like this, standing up for ourselves, unfortunately, it does mean that for my Asian friend, it might mean, okay, well, your family's business can't be in my neighborhood anymore.
I mean, hey,
if this is what we're going
that's
about.
The same ones that talking about all lives matter. This isn't the issue right now.
Yeah,
we are the ones. Our primary needs and we need to be concerned with us from here on out. That's the priority.
Can't be worried about everybody else.
No, man.
Because they ain't worried about you. You think them
definitely ain't worried about you.
Trump just passed a bill for economic development for Hispanics. You think the Hispanics gonna be like, hey, you know what?
This is wrong.
Put the black people in this joint too.
Yeah, because the black people ain't.
Because you know what, black people, it is black and brown. Yeah. So just put them in there for us.
These stimulus bills for minorities are bullshit. Ever since I met that guy in New Orleans who married a minority so that he could get minority business loans. I'm like, white people always find a way.
Well, that's the thing. White people identify as Hispanics. White people identify as Native Americans.
This was a legit white man married to a minority, so that for the sole purpose. I mean, I guess he loved her, but for the sole purpose of taking advantage of.
But they take advantage.
Slickster shit.
If we was like, hey, look, all this minority stuff gonna stop. We need something specifically for black people. That wouldn't happen.
Black people, and still you got interracial couples. They can be like, "Hey, I'm black."
I mean, right.
So
you can't do nothing about
my husband's family is.
You can't do nothing about that. But this is the thing, though. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Just with that bill that Trump just passed for economic development for Hispanics, it's a lot of white people who identify as Hispanic. It's a lot of white people who get reparations that identify as Native Americans. Like, this is another way for them to funnel money to white communities.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying.
So the bottom line is you have to figure out how to take advantage of these opportunities. If that means you got to start classifying yourself as white.
Oh, Lord.
Or Hispanic.
Now we're back to...
or Native American. You might have to fucking do that. Shit. Finesse the game the way they finesse it. Shit. You learn from the best. They the best finesses.
What's next, Justin? Keep us moving. What we got? You cracking up on your phone. This nigga.
I just seen the little video, the little entanglement video.
Entanglement video.
Entanglement video.
It's mad memes and
Did you see the song version of it?
That's what I was laughing at. I don't know if y'all saw that, but God, Lord.
Will really looks sad in his eyes.
Will should probably go into hiding for a while. Stay off the internet too.
What's coming out of my eyes is real. I literally just seen that for the first time.
Will was acting, man. Jada was acting. That's what they do for a living, man.
That's a fact.
Will don't give a fuck, man. Will probably was like, all right, we're done. All right.
I think Will cared. I think he was embarrassed. I think he was embarrassed.
That's her brother. You know that, right?
Oh, that was her brother?
That's Jada's brother.
Oh.
You didn't look at her face? That's why she was like,
really, nigga? You ain't gonna get him.
Oh, that's a done deal.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
Allegedly,
that video up in this joint.
Allegedly. You remember the joint where some dude was massaging Will's back?
Oh.
And Will was like, oh, you know what a man, only man knows what a man wants.
Oh, I saw
Jada
it.
was looking like, what?
Only a man knows what a man needs. Man knows what a man needs.
She was looking like, man, come on, yo. Like, stop.
Yeah. And you're saying that was Jada's brother massaging?
That's her brother.
You saying? I didn't know that.
That is her brother.
You posted that video.
You did?
I think you did. Somebody posted it.
Dog, what is wrong with the internet, dog?
What you got?
The internet is undefeated, bro. Undefeated. I know y'all have seen this.
Hey, Justin, did you see the one that I sent y'all the other day? Oh, I don't think I sent it to you, Justin. I don't know. But it's the joint. You remember on Fresh Prince where he was like, how come he don't want me? They took that and made it like he was talking about Jada, man.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Do nothing, no Phil, you know. Hey, this ain't 5 years ago, you know. Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my wife when's August coming over, you know. Who needs them, right? I had a couple trash movies, right? Wild Wild West, that was garbage, right? I, Robot, that was a subpar movie. Okay, 7 Pounds was born, right? But I did Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2, I Am Legend. Hey, August is 14 when I did Pursuit of Happiness. He's 21 years younger than her. To hell with them! I ain't need her then and I don't need her now. Now, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna do Bad Boys 4 without her. I'm gonna do I Am Legendary without her. I'm gonna do a CD. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of songs. It'll be the best CD there ever was. And I sure as hell don't need it for that, because all she gonna do is throw Tupac in my face in front of my kids. How come she don't want me, man? August never will have Slick.
August never will have nigga. That nigga was like, I am legendary. I'm gonna make another CD.
Bad Boys 4.
He said a CD though. Don't nobody make CDs though.
Bad Black Twitter, undefeated. That's who got them to even respond to all of this.
Yo, that shit is hilarious.
These niggas, boy.
I wonder if they sit up and laugh at this stuff.
They have to. And this just be regular old Joe Blow.
Now, right there, that do it for the culture. That shit right there was done for the culture, man.
Black Twitter is culture. That's culture.
Money off of that, man.
No.
He ain't made no money off of that, but he just did it, man. He just did it for the strength, man. You know,
he did it for the love.
Did it for the love.
Yo,
man.
did y'all hear what 50 Cent had to say about exotic women?
Yeah, Tiff wanted to be here for this.
I know a lot of dudes that feel like that.
I do too.
I'm sitting next to one. It's like, no.
I looked at Herman.
I was like, wait a minute.
I looked at Herman.
He's not next to him. In my mind.
I looked over there too, and he hit his cell phone unfazed.
Hey, what exactly did he say?
So I'm gonna play the clip.
All right.
See what I'm saying? And I look and I go, yo, this is why they get mad, they get angry. And you see a lot of sisters, they go, oh, you fucking with this kind of girl or that kind of girl. That shit is exotic.
Stupid.
That shit look a lot different from the shit that you see in the neighborhood all the time. It looks like that shit look like it came off a boat, baby. Goddamn, you don't like that, motherfucker? You don't like that? You go, goddamn, what's the matter with you? It feels like something foreign. It feels like something that you can't just get. So in some kind of ways, it is interesting to explore. You know what I'm saying? But they get mad, they get angry. How did you end up with this motherfucker or this, that? I'm like, huh?
For real. They get real
I just look at it
upset.
like, oh, look at this angry, and then my instincts always makes me defensive. So I go, look at this angry black motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. You're trying to fuck up the whole vibe. You understand what I'm saying to you?
How y'all feel about that?
Wait a minute. So he was saying that
He would be mad at him. Black women be mad at him
because he
fucking
messing
with
with
exotic
exotic
joints.
girl or quote unquote exotic girl.
Exotic joint.
I
He want the
guess.
Ferrari. You know, he like the Ferraris, and they like, why you don't want the Chevy jump, man?
Oh, is that how
So
you
is that
feel?
just like black women are Chevys?
Well, they Americans, man.
Oh, I see what you saying.
Yeah, they not that.
They not
exotic.
foreign.
They not that foreign exotic looking.
I see what you saying.
Like, yeah, that's a nice Corvette, but shit, man,
This is a woman issue. This is not a man issue.
That is a woman
I see
issue.
what you're saying.
Women struggle with not being wanted.
I think
Black women
it's a man issue
justified.
because so much of what women think about themselves stem from what you guys think about us. So if you guys are not looking for Chevys in America, then
But to take this back to the conversation that I was interrupted on, that same mindset goes into a woman's thought process when being approached about having sex, because it's not something that I can relate to, but once I understood it, and it's hard for a woman especially to say no when they feel like it is going to determine whether the man likes them or not, or continues to like them or not. We are dealing with one thought and one mindset. Women are dealing with two or three. You understand what I'm saying? The responsibility aspect in terms of being pregnant. Should I do this or not? Is the man going to talk to me again if I decide not to? Is he going to talk to me again if I decide to? I'm just
about abortion.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just talking about in terms of the idea of having sex. That's not something I would expect you to understand. To be honest with you, even though I'm saying it, I don't understand it. But I do recognize that it is a reality that I will never, thankfully, ever have to deal with.
No, I think that's a valid thing.
That's all I'm saying.
It goes back to what I was saying a couple of weeks ago about how if men set the bar a little higher, just as far as character alone and just being men, how men are supposed to be, then women wouldn't have to go so low in their thought process to be with a man.
I agree.
That's all.
And I just think it's a slippery slope when you start discussing things about, okay, it's a two-way street, and I do agree with you. But you just gotta be careful, because the only really the side of the street that you should be concerned on is the side you drive on. Bottom line. You can have an opinion, but make sure you're and
we talking about driving though. Let's talk about driving.
Well,
because you still gotta be honest. You still gotta know what's going on over there. You still gotta know what's going on around you.
And I'm not asking you not to be aware. I'm not asking you to be aware. I'm asking you to control
and
what
if somebody fucking up you have the right to say, hey man, what the fuck did you just do? You almost fucked me up over here. And a lot of people are
how much control over that do you have? Their children. What are you going to do? Are you going to stop every driver?
No, you can't. But I'm talking about when sometimes a bad driver impacts you some type of way.
So,
or potentially.
So you know what you can do? So you know what you can do to help prevent that? Put your seatbelt on. You still have control over what you can control. You still have, and that's really it, dog. That's really it. And the same way you said life ain't fair, it's not. It ain't fair for the driver.
Give my opinion, man. I have the right to give my opinion.
And I respect.
That's all I'm saying.
No. I respect your opinion. I just wanted to be able to give mine without being interrupted.
Okay, well, it's a two-way street when it comes to that too, bro.
I agree. And if I cut you off, I apologize. Okay. That's also the difference between you and me.
See, this is a show about healing right here. You know what I'm saying? On the red. This is the black table talk right here.
Yeah, I just thought, I don't know. I think 50 Cent is, I don't know.
I think the women here, like Brian said, this is more of a, it's an issue to me. It's a community issue, but I think the women here.
It's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be an issue when your daughter comes home and say, "Oh, the black boy at my school likes exotic looking."
And I would be like, "Okay, fuck him.
That's
you don't want him anyway."
Okay,
that's
well,
preference, though. You know
that's his preference. It doesn't make him a bad guy, daughter.
It's not really going to impact.
He's not a terrible guy, daughter.
Just helped you
He's
out.
just not the one for you, right? Hey, guess what? You can only end up with one guy anyway.
What if that nigga like
All you did was eliminate.
What if he like them exotic women to stick stuff up his butt? You gonna be mad that your daughter don't get that?
He took it a little too far.
I think some things just shouldn't be
never know what you
said.
missing
I think
out on.
he perpetuated black women looking like they are angry, which is a stereotype that black women always have to battle. And
I think black people are angry because we all suffer from PTSD in some way,
black
shape, or form.
people.
There are stereotypes
Tell me
that
what
are true.
PTSD is.
Nigga, we all like
Post-traumatic
chicken.
stress syndrome.
And I think that
excuse me.
he also stated indirectly
watermelon in the car, by the way,
exotic is in some ways better. Regardless of what these guys are talking
But
about.
you know why, Kiara?
Yeah.
It's not that it's better. It's just that it's different. You understand what I'm saying? If you've had a life of black beauties and whatever it is, and you have an opportunity to deal with something else, especially in a realm that we're speaking about that women are looked at with a guy like 50 Cent. Like a guy like 50 Cent looks at women as material, like things, like objective.
Would you do it?
Would I do what?
You've dated black women.
I would
all
do
your
whatever
life.
my
Would
heart
you go
desired.
for something exotic?
I would do whatever my heart desired. This is not a show about what my preference is.
Would you target an exotic?
I would target a different demographic of woman every 6 months. I would go after white women 6 months. I get tired of that. I go after fat women every another 6 months. I get tired of that. I go after Amazon women 6 feet or above. Don't deal with me.
You would target.
I mean,
exotic.
but that's my point though. It's black women, or not you, but black women find a way to take that type of stuff personal. And it should have nothing to do with your self-esteem.
But that's based on their trauma.
But it is all about what he has experienced.
That's him.
That's true.
That's him. Just like I said, I would do something different. Somebody else may do something different. Somebody else may do something different.
I love black women.
How he feels shouldn't dictate how you feel.
White men date black women for the same thing.
Yeah, because they're exotic.
It's an exotic thing.
I do know of some instances where some brothers feel like they don't like the culture that they're a part of because we the second class citizens and have been for so long. So when they do get something outside of the culture, they feel like that's a step closer to making it. Like, oh, I'm more successful than your average black guy because I was able to get this.
So does that?
I'm not saying that's what
So
that's
does
going on. I'm just bringing up
those people you experience. Does that make them say, "Hey, I want to date an exotic woman or a foreign-looking woman," or is that what makes them say, "I want to date that"? Or
sometimes, yeah, it ultimately boils down to the trauma. Like I said,
hey, the same thing that got 50 Cent to say, "Hey, look, I'm sick of this thing," is the same thing that other men get when they say, "Man, I'm sick of this thing. I'm gonna try something different." In terms of like other men or other things outside of that, you got
that's a stretch with other.
I
men.
guarantee you, it's
hold
not.
on, say that again.
I'll tell you when sex or ideals of sex are conceptualized in that way, it's seen as a thing. It's almost like, okay, well, I done played Madden. I played the old Madden.
I had enough of this.
What's the new Madden about? And you looking for the newest, latest, and greatest of things. So in the minds of a lot of men, sex is comparable to a video game. You looking for the next, latest, greatest thing. Like you're over
women.
Now, what did you say? You said something looking for other men. Though.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, there are people who, in terms of their sex, get bored
with women
and turn to men
and turn to now. These are the people that I say.
Always want a man?
When people say that they're born gay, I'm like, look, maybe there are some people who have some predisposed issues, but there are other people who are literally just
nasty motherfuckers.
Just nasty people. they're just nasty
to you.
Right.
In my opinion.
But to them, it's like, you know what? Yeah. Let's see what the lore about this is.
Yeah. And then they got over there and was like, you know what? I like this.
Just like Tank. You be like, man, you can suck a dick.
You said Tank
once or twice, but that don't make you gay.
Who said this?
Tank did.
Who said a nigga named Tank said that?
Tank said,
"Oh, he's not really a tank."
That nigga said you can suck a dick a couple times and then you not be gay.
He said that.
Yeah, he said, and he followed it up with like, just because I work on a construction site doesn't make me a construction worker. But I say it does.
I will no longer listen to his music.
Why not?
Please don't go.
I refuse to listen to words that come out of lips that may have been wrapped around the penis.
Well, you gotta
listen to. You gotta listen to a lot of music, bro.
A lot of brothers out here.
You gotta just stop.
And sisters, for that matter.
Yeah, you might as well just stop. I think he think it's okay if it's a woman. It's a man though.
No, not a man. Not another man, Justin.
So that rules out. What's my man y'all like?
Allegedly.
Well, not y'all like him like that, but y'all like his music.
Ocean.
I like some of his music
Frank
too.
Ocean.
No, the other dude that be with him.
Oh, it's Tyler the Creator?
Tyler the Creator.
Has he sucked him Jones?
Oh, we're not assuming on this show. We don't know. We don't know.
I don't.
Why would you say? Because
man, that Bama got a boyfriend in DC.
Oh, if he has a boyfriend, then Kira.
Allegedly.
That's
allegedly, yes.
I don't know. Do you think he's gay?
He be out here, dog. I got some
probably.
people in the community, man.
I do.
Everybody knows but us. Cause we
based
straight.
off of things that he said.
Hey.
He said a lot of weird shit to Funk Flex, though.
Yes. That was what confirmed it for me.
Allegedly, man. I don't know. He might not. He might be straight as an arrow. Who knows?
But why would he do that?
Speaking of him, what your man Will Smith's son say about him? That's my husband. Remember he said that?
Oh yeah, about Tyler the Creator.
He said that's my husband, or like that's.
Nah, he said that's my husband. Yeah.
Will Smith's son gay?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He said that nigga
they
Tyler.
just seem like fluid, gender fluid.
What
you know,
that?
like they're free
I'm gonna tell
to
you what that is, yo.
do whatever they want with whoever they want.
Anyway, I'm gonna end it like this: Black women are beautiful and black women are amazing. Just because somebody prefers to drive foreign cars, it is not an indictment on your beauty.
Agreed.
or your self-esteem.
And guess what?
Focus on what you can focus on and take and control what you can control.
In another country, you're a foreign car.
Exactly. You are worth it.
Amen.
I don't think black women.
I'm raising these fellas right.
And that's all I gotta say.
And just like that, it's a wrap. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Adios.